afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane. We're off here to an exciting 1v1 on Simwaski Winter. In the southern half of the map, we shall be watching Kamfrenchie here fighting for the Soviet Union and the 5th Tank Corps rolling ahead here versus fascist lines being held here under the command of Fahu, fighting for Germany, for the Reich, and the 51st Infantry Division. Commanders are Soviet Combat Arms Army, Shock Rifle Frontline, and Advanced Warfare Tactics here for Kamfrenchie versus Fahu with elite troops, mechanized and mechanized assault. It's an interesting mix of commanders there. Two guns on the way for Fahu. Back to Kamfrenchie though, who starts out with dual combat engineers, by the way. Dual combat engineers. And note here, by the way, he does not seem to be actually building anything, which makes this an interesting opening. In fact, he's sort of hoping to gain a lot of territory, then adding in infantry, which is definitely a bit rare to see sort of from a Soviet player and his perspective. So very interesting opening there from Kamfrenchie, and I'd certainly like to sort of hear any further thoughts on it from him if he was able to see this video, because it's definitely not something I very often see. Fahu there with some grenadiers. It certainly will also, this will limit his combat effectiveness initially, but on the other hand again, he will be able to grab a lot of territory compared to his opponent. And note there, I mean, there's already going to be a bit of a difference there in a few moments in how who has how much. But Fahu's there grenadiers laying hard down the right hand side, with minor efforts here on the left hand side. And we've got Kamfrenchie making a move straight for the west hand fuel point. Other troops moving over here might make a move for the right hand fuel point, whereas Fahu's actually sort of securing the victory point over here first. Definitely a less than the usual opening from either player, and certainly also a slightly different camping order. Not what you usually see. Third card just got there on the way for Kamfrenchie. Third engagement up here in the north between the pioneers and the combat engineers. A swift exchange there of bullets, and the Russians already falling down there. Yuri, Dmitry, and Vasily dead. Nice execute there by Fahu. And to close in on the combat engineers. Making good use of the terrain and lights to get close and then get deadly. Now Swan trying to take the western fuel point, still securing munitions there, not quite connecting things there. Another engagement here, Pioneers going to fight for the conscripts. Grenadiers will need to move into support, and there you go, looks like he's on the way. MD42 moving down south. Pioneers maybe got a bit too close there to Kamfrenchie, and there you go, Molotovs up. Molotovs here for Kamfrenchie, very interesting, not bad. 2 comets, 3 conscripts, and Molotovs. A reasonably flexible force here available, and there we go, the game's advantage without getting Molotov there. But there we go, looks like Fahu was able to sort of force him to drop the Molotov elsewhere, maybe due to expectations. Either way, the Molotovs have been wasted, they're going to start flanking the conscripts. The right here, Fahu does expose them to a few shots there, but there you go, might be able to get them. Maybe get that few point done. In the meanwhile, engagement down here, Comets quickly running into the MD42, with Grenadiers flanking about there, pinned in fact on the ice. And there you go. Up here, the conscripts were forced away, though more conscripts are rushing in here from Kamfrenchie in an attempt to turn back the fascists. Meanwhile, the MB42 getting hit by a Molotov, a frangible of Fiery Doom. Bunker up here, noting, by the way, that Fahu has not trained any further troops so far. He's only got 3 units on the field. And they're also awfully spread out, so that's rather dangerous here for Fahu at the moment. The gunners, in fact, might soon be pushed off. So a very risky opening style here from Fahu. Low on units and then further spreading them out, leaving many openings and weaknesses. Definitely risky, definitely risky. Medic bunker there then. It looks like he might soon be getting some more units, sort of fortify things at the front. That's good, that's good. But fuel-wise, he's behind his opponent. Kamfrenchie already riding ahead on the Petroleum Express. And there goes second MD42. There's a 2 grenadiers and 2 MD42 so far here from Fahu. And has he already tagged up? Because it rather looks like the way his pioneers are moving. There we go. In fact, he's already tagged up here. So 2 grenadiers, 2 MD42s, and then immediately on to the light to make us company. So very interesting there for response from Fahu. Going for a very light, well, a reasonably light opening. It's not the very light because then they only stuck with those 3 units. But he actually got a second MD42. But still a lighter opening there from Fahu. Apparently willing to sort of exchange some terrain. Maybe sort of drawing his opponent into a false sense of security, then striking with something from the light to make a nice company. Interesting, interesting. Definitely a less than usual Wehrmacht versus Soviet play here. That's definitely always good to watch. Can't see them moving in. No sign of commander yet from either side. Nothing, by the way, what are we got in bulletins? Lots of vehicle and armor here for Fahu, in particular on the Ostwind, including one I have rarely seen used. And howitzers, SU-76 and mine for Kamfrenchie, though so far there don't seem to have been any mines. Oh, there we go. By the way, he's got the one so it gets actually done faster, which is good, by the way. Can be used sort of quickly laying down sort of surprise mine. But up here we see he's split his forces into two. A bit risky into a certain sense. Since, I mean, the MD-42 will in both cases be easy to sort of outflank if he's not careful. On the other hand, of course, I mean, if he can sort of, well, use them correctly, does land them a lot more striking power, more economically. But again, it's a bit of a risky maneuver to do. It's a bit of a risky thing, and it could easily backfire on him. Question is, of course, what will he be getting from the light mechanized company? Scout cars, half tracks, panzer grenadiers. What exactly is Fahu here thinking? Point then there's a secured MD-42, looks like to move down here to cover the other one. Again, we sort of see here the risk, but again, apparently at the same time they set up so that they could easily sort of run to each other and get covered. Here we go. And there you go, the conscripts proved to be an shit as they get stopped here by the MD-42. Molotov over there, but the MD-42 is already sort of displacing. Conscripts, in fact, retreating right through the fire. Bit risky there. And he is back in the fight. Fahu still striking again. We're noting just how much fuel is just floating into Kamfrenchie's coffers. Is already up to 100 fuel. And in a few minutes it could be at 200. Bad news overall for Fahu if it keeps up like that. But finally secured one, but now the points are being harassed there. And if Kamfrenchie was then to sort of mine the area here, that could definitely make things more uncomfortable. Maxim, by the way, here from Kamfrenchie, they're in a bit of trouble. We got another one moving forwards. And we're seeing tripwire mines up. Tripwire mines. Lovely. And there you go, we got the Maxim here, and actually a lot of trouble. That cook looks like here that Fahu might be able to clear it out. Might be able to clear that. Kamfrenchie was too slow. Too slow, comrade. And there you go, another machine gun over here to Fahu's forces. Now it's got two MD-42s and a Maxim. Looks like the first Maxim about to run into another Maxim. The second Maxim is from the first Maxim. Out of the way. No, pulls back here. Could have been fun though. A full retreat there, in fact, from Fahu. And there you go, he has called in Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiere. But he's very quickly about to lose his fuel again, which he didn't even get to connect. A very sort of rough first 8 minutes here for Fahu. Although he's managed to sort of secure one MG from his opponent, that's about it really. Lots of flambear for that. So how will Fahu get out of this predicament? How will he ensure himself? Because, I mean, the more this keeps going on, the higher the chances he's basically going to get rushed by armor. In which case, the current disposition of Fahu and the sort of composition of Fahu is a bit at risk.
You need something demolished? MG squad awaiting orders.
And there you go, Counter's moving in. And moving away as the Panzer is moving forward. The MD-42 providing covering fire there, making things further unpleasant here. And he's actually matched conscripts here with this combat engineer unit. Fancy that. That's something I've rarely seen here, but seems to be what Kamfrenchie likes to do. Maxim firing and holding up the position. A bit of artillery could be good here for Fahu. More force moving up, but of course now he's got a lot more machine guns to basically support any advance. That could also work out interestingly. And there you go, MD-42 being stopped by the Maxim. More mines up there from Kamfrenchie. Lovely, lovely. There's not a lot sort of covering the village centre. Panzers they're taking lots here from the conscripts. Already one man down, but there you go. They can't show a lot of danger. In fact, they could get wiped here by the Panzers and Pioneers combo. Can he get them? Can he get them? Shoot, Leiter, shoot! And there you go, can't squat down there. Forward comes Kamfrenchie, heavy loss early on. There you go, empty, almost got out of the comments, but almost doesn't quite mean it was. We could see him sneak around through the church here, get behind the Maxim there, maybe pop a grenade through the window. At the same time, the Maxim moves in from the other side. And there you go, he's going elite troops. Fahu's going, elite troops while Kamfrenchie's gone for not Lend-Lease, for advanced warfare. So attacking here from several sides. Maxim trying to get out, but might go down there, might go down. Kamfrenchie once more, too slow to retreat. Too slow to realise what kind of situation he's in, and once more hands on machine gun there to Zereich. Panzer quickly shift on to another series of targets, already at 10 kills by the way. Gutes Arbeit. Still though, he's also actually managed to gain back a fuel point. Finally, I mean, he took him all 10 minutes in fact, but he finally got a fuel point. But at the same time, everything's not peachy here for Fahu, as his opponent is now building a tank over tank command. In fact, he could almost, as soon as it's done, get a tank out of either thing there, although he's pointing at the wrong fuel. Great Dane. Oh, but he's got the fuel there for a tank right as soon as that happens.
Are securing our territory.
Though we do see Fahu's here sort of added a pack, and we also know, of course, that while Fahu's infantry is a bit more limited, he's got a lot of machine guns to sort of back things up with. And that's a lot of firepower, no matter how you look at it. This is only a bit trickier to handle. Also looks like he's getting a bit of artillery. He's also taking up. Good, good. Good, good.
This sector is secured. We have a mortar team available.
Maximum opening the Pioneers. Fuel being retaken. And there we go. Submachine guns being handed out to the conscripts for Kamfrenchie, increasing their firepower at closer ranges. That could definitely cause Fahu some further issues there on the battlefield.
Manufacturing capability has been increased.
Mortar crew moving forwards. Interesting enough, there's been no light machine gun upgrades. Oh, there we go. Or for that matter, since he's going for elite troops, you could also consider Jaeger infantry packages. Action on the conscripts advancing. We got Pack 40 inch enough. He did not order it to prioritise vehicles, rather giving away. At the same time, a T-70 has been rushed out here for Kamfrenchie, a T-70 light tank. Ready to strike down the enemies of the Soviet peoples with this 45mm gun. One MD up here in trouble in the north, as the T-70 strikes at more lone targets. Good job there. Not into the heaviest position where there might be something ready to stop the T-70. They should probably moving it up here to sort of be ready to cut off and cut down any retreating units from the building. Well, he might be able to get it actually here since Fahu. Oh wait, looks like he might be trying to get out. There we go. Will Kamfrenchie pursue in the name of Gormanat Stalin? Meanwhile, Fahu's being forced out of the village here, attacked on several sides. Mortar doing what he can to cut down the attackers. There you go. He should have moved up a bit closer here. Oh well. Could it be that Fahu might be able to salvage that Maxim out of this mess? And at the same time as all of this is happening, a large counterattack is going in from Fahu here.
The enemy has broken our supply line.
MG-42s, Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, and some Pioneers with flamethrowers. Interesting enough, he's also not built the building here. Could he be taken up further, or is he just preoccupied with frontline measures? So it looks like the Maxim's managed to escape here, the T-70. That's good for him. And the building on fire. Quick. Oh, stun grenades again. He ordered both troops here to pop a stun grenade. Doing a bit of damage then, stunning units, preventing them from sort of doing much. You could see the Maxim go down. Oh, barely makes out of the building there. Conscripts fighting away. Grenadiers almost down. Forced retreat there. The MG-42 keeping the Russians' heads down. Maxim take a bit too long there. Oh, retreat. Oh, yeah. And there you go. Panzer is wiped up. At the same time, a nice flank here from the T-70 light tank. Catching the MG-42 first. Wiping out the entire unit. Pack 40 could be next. Could he get it? Could he get it? Looks like it. He just needs to stop for a bit, I think. Doing a bit of damage there. Almost got it. Grenadiers moving in. Panzer is there versus the conscripts. The Panzer is just tearing through those Russians. March here, Panzer. There we go versus the T-70. But there you go. Pack 40 cleared out. A ton of machine guns right there firing away at the tiny T-70. No anti-arming rounds available though. Trying to get with the T-70, but there you go. He's recruiting the pack right in front of the T-70. Could he get off a shot there? Mortar round going down there. Ice almost down. T-70 needs to get off. There you go. Panzer Faust. And there we go, mortar round finally sinks the T-70, sending it to the deep blue depths. A grim end to the tiny tank crew that did so much harm there upon the forces of Fahu, maiming and killing numerous German soldiers and keeping Fahu contained here for a while. Followed up with the T-34-76, ready to fight at the front line. Conscious of moving up, might secure that Maxim. Interesting enough, there's been no further mines around here while he had the chance. That's only going to make things easier for Fahu to sort of get back into the village. Support armor corps going up, troops reinforcing, rebuilding. Panzer is there, soon halfway to veterancy free. Right now would actually be a good opportunity here for Kamfrenchie to rush forwards and actually try to sink the Pak-40. Ensuring it can't be recruited here, but soon it might be too late, in which case, of course, Kamfrenchie will be back to sort of having to deal with a Pak-40. And there we go. To occupy the machine gun. Or maybe he was already expecting the Pak-40 to be recruited, who knows.
Don't let us freeze here.
Oh, mine up there, good, good.
You need fire support?
Good, good. Troops reinforcing here for Kamfrenchie. For Fahu, he might see some armor soon. He could get a Stuka or a Flak Panzer, or he might be aiming for a Panzer IV, which would be pretty standard. In particular with the T-34 on fuel, that's only one of the options. Though of course Stuka should also be used, but Panzer IV does seem to be the choice here for Fahu. Or not. Or not. And there you go, Panzer Gunners versus the Combat Engineers. If they retreat now, they're doomed. On the other hand, they can make it to the cover and walk behind it. They might have a chance, in particular since rolling straight through the deeper snow, making his men move a bit slower. There we go, there we go. Looks like they might escape then. Good job there by Kamfrenchie. Mines up here, good, good. Just as an MD gets into the building, the T-34 opens up there with high explosive rounds. Comments there getting out. 26 kills, halfway to veterancy free there for the Panzer Grenadiers. T-34, though, taking hits to have the Pak-40 recruit, is now proved to be vengeful towards that T-34. T-34, though, needs to be careful. One wrong move, could be Panzer Pass and then an easy target for the Pak-40. Panzer IV then on the way here for Fahu. More mortars going down into the village cemetery. And we could see the MD going down here, flame-thrown shots, and there we go. Fahu's now down 2 machine guns, and in fact he's lost both of his MG42s. Both of them. He's now down to the Maxims. And there you go, quick flank here by the conscripts. And looks like that could be a Sod airstrike. Sturmovik inbound with cannon fire. Causing quite a bit of harm there. But one MG42 is recovered. And at the same time, the Panzer Grenadiers set off the mine, losing half the unit. T-35 here for Kamfrenchie, so a bit of a mix there of tanks. Ooh, nice shot there, Dimitri. Again. And he gets the MG42, a bit of a rapid rush there. Could also get the Panzer as his T-35 moves forward towards the victory point. Victory point wise, by the way, we are noting here that Kamfrenchie is actually nicely in the lead, and he does not pursue here. Fahu, though, now with a bit more armoured support, is ready to show those communists what for. As elements of the 3rd Panzer Division move in to support the Infantry Division. There's still no mines here. I'm surprised he's not trying to mine that area up. In particular, you ought to know now, of course, he's facing off versus elite troops, which means, amongst other things, a Tiger Racer in the end. So he rather should, for some at least prepare some mines to sort of deal with that. duel of the flamethrowers there. Already the Pioneers are winning. And time for the mid-game analysis currently. Damage-wise, very close between the two. Fahu only with a small lead. Kill-wise, the lead is a bit better there. But beyond that, we are noting here that victory point-wise, Kamfrenchie is in the lead territorially. He's also the one doing better, constantly pushing back Fahu time and time again. So of course there are some sort of differences there, and in that regard, you know, while Fahu might enjoy the larger force due to sort of better unit preservation, on the other hand, territorially he could be a bit behind, and there's certainly more options then for sort of Kamfrenchie in terms of attacking Fahu and cutting him off. So there are some things there to be careful on for Fahu. You could of course consider quickly following up there with the Stukas to support the Panzer IV, since right now it's very much risking getting outnumbered here, but the Soviet tanks, in particular the T-3045, could cause quite the headache for the Panzer IV, so that's definitely something to watch out for, and certainly also for the rest of the infantry. The Pak-40 should also be sort of neatly set up to sort of try and deal with that. You should also consider upgrading his Grenadier squad here, maybe some Gewehr 45 or another MG42 to sort of further increase their firepower. And otherwise, you know, first secure this part of the map, the right hand side, then sort of slowly move towards west, maybe some harassers here on the left side. His priority should be trying to maybe sort of catch the tanks and knock them out, maybe with the use of Pak-40s gaining target weak point, at which point again then sort of more conveniently deal with each tank one at a time. For Kamfrenchie, his force is looking strong. I mean, he's certainly also the one bleeding up more. He's also handed over a few weapons to his opponent. He's actually managed to gain one back, so not all bad. Then he's got the tank advantage, which he definitely needs to use against his opponent. I mean, he's already got one enemy tank out in the field, so the... Whoops. That was not meant to go, but either way. The gist here is to basically sort of try and maybe take his two T-34s and then strike down the Panzer IV, knocking it out in one horrifying go. I mean, if you can sort of isolate Fahu's Panzer IV and knock it out, that would be good, or basically isolate any unit, but you still have to be working those tanks together in conjunction. The T-3045 maybe taking the more shots due to sort of the heavier health amount and slightly higher armor, while the T-34 sort of flanks in on the targets and wipes them out that way. I mean, if he conducts such a tactical maneuver, he should have a good chance there sort of crippling Fahu further and knocking him off the field. He should also begin considering sort of, you know, preparations for the arrival of a Tiger race, since he's slowly getting close there. Fuel caches could sort of help further with more armor on the field. Or again, he should consider mining up several sort of good road spots on the field, that way catching the Tiger race, maybe the Panzer IV before that, knocking it out. I mean, he should definitely, though, make preparations. Otherwise, things might not go well. But anyways, back to the fight there. Troops moving forwards. Panzer IV ahead. Flamethrowers. The conscripts are just getting absolutely pelted and murdered there. Execution style towards one of the walls of the cemetery. T-34 coming up to recover the building. A bit tricky there to catch for Fahu's forces. You got the tanks sort of there hiding, ready to strike, but Kamfrenchie seems to be getting a bit passive here, a bit timid. So what shall Kamfrenchie do in the face of this? Troops are rebuilding, enforcing. And there you go, Fahu learns the position there with the T-3045. Looks like he's going to try and hunt it down here. They're going to tank grenade. Ooh, doesn't hit the engine. Pak-40 here covering. Good, good. T-3476 moving in as well. Going to need to be careful that the building is quickly turning rather unsafe as high cluster shell after high cluster shell pours through the wooden walls, rendering them into nothing. Not exactly a good place to be in for those Grenadiers. They can't hold out much longer. But so far, Fahu seems not very intelligent. There we go. Down to 2 men with the silver helmet. There we go. Finally getting out of there. That was damn close. Pak-40 here covering. Ready to push back any armored assault from that angle. Plus the armor joining. And there you go. Another Stuka or Sturmovik strike. Light damage to the Panzer IV, but nothing serious. Nothing serious. As all of this is happening, they're going to squad sneak up towards the left point. Good, good. We got the T-35 sliding out here. And Maxim there on his own. And he's actually getting another T-70. He's getting some more to sort of handle the light infantry. I mean, that's one thing of dealing with it. When you can clear out all the infantry before that happens, he might also stand a better chance than as the ace on his own. But there goes Sturmgeschütz arrives to support the front line here. Good, good. And Sturmgeschütz. Men there pelting and being pelted by the opponent's fire. And there go Panzergrenadiers there. Closing in of Veteran 3. 29 kills. Very close to Veteran 3. Falling back. Panzerschreck's up. Looks like he's sort of getting more ready for armor. And there we go. The T-70 joins in. A second one. This infantry sadly being swept away from Kamfrenchie's grasp. By a storm of German bullets. Here these grenadiers are about to get a nasty surprise. T-70 rushes forward, and the 45mm gun opens up. There we go. Hits the -1 retreat. Almost got the unit. We've got the Stuka moving up to counter-attack. Both grenadiers in tow. Good, good. Pentaman machine gun as well. Lovely. And there you go. The Count's getting heavily plastered with fire. T-70 falls back. And it's enough note here. Kamfrenchie's not really doing much with the rest of his armor. He's being a bit too passive there. I mean, he's got plenty of options to sort of deal a lot of damage to Fahu, but he's just holding back. I mean, he's got lots of fuel and manpower in these two tanks, but it's not getting anywhere. And that's actually a bit dangerous. And certainly not too good. And that's actually giving Fahu more time to, again, you know, build up towards the bigger stuff. But also sort of slowly drain away and maybe sort of give time to sort of come up with a counter-attack plan, sort of drive Kamfrenchie out of the village. Another IL-2 strike! Panther 4 charging forwards. You might get the enemy forward. No, barely survives contact there with the Soviet Air Force. T-35-85 still does nothing. In fact, the village is right now rather open since the packs are not really positioned of support, but again, Kamfrenchie is just holding back. Got the Stuka rushing forwards. Hoping for some easy kills there. Panzer 4, Pack 40 covering, there we go, slight in advance. Infantry moving up, but again, no armour support for the infantry, no armour support there. We've got infantry on the other hand, infantry support there for the German armour. Conscious they're getting plastered with shots. Taking heavy casualties there for the Soviet peoples as mortar rounds and Michaels, which also from the Panzer and Sturmgeschütz tear them apart. Not exactly looking good here. And the T-70's not exactly doing a lot either. So in that regard, Kamfrenchie seems to be getting a bit either too timid or a bit too complacent at the moment. Which is definitely something you should be careful with, as you should be noting here. It's probably going to be very close to the same amount of command points that Fahu has, which really means an ace is soon to be inbound, in which case Pains is soon to be inbound here, in particular saying the force composition that Kamfrenchie has. I mean, he's got 2 tanks and a field gun. It's not going to be impossible, but it's going to be certainly a difficult, in particular with the other support assets available for Fahu, which includes a Panzer 4 veterans, one of the Sturmgeschütz. So it's going to be dangerous, plus of course the packs as well. I have to say I'm a bit unhappy with that. Next, though, coming fire here from the T-70 light tank, rolling forwards. Quickly clearing out the Maxim crew with the violence and style. There we go. No MG there from Fahu. He's actively hit this damage, Panzer 4 and the Panzers as well. Quickly doing some damage to them. But takes 2 rockets there. T-70 has to get away. T-34 should move to support. He ought to know there's a Panzer 4 then. Maxim setting out. He's got to get knocked out. Get the tanks moving, comrades. Stuka there bombarding. Another T-35 available here. And there we go. T-70 down. Another T-35 there arriving. And there we go. As all of this is happening, an ace Tiger crew has arrived to the front line, ready to strike down the Bolsheviks. Panzer IV, though, went down there, barely doing any damage to the Soviet armor. In fact, nothing. A loss there for Germany and the 3rd Panzer Division. But maybe the ace will avenge them. Rolling ahead there swiftly through the fields. And then going immediately encountering. Need to get the T-35 there to support. There's also the Stuka Pack 4 to consider here. It's at this point he might have, benefited from having some mines here and there to sort of catch the ace in. Field gun opening up. There we go. T-35 down. Of course, got the Pack 4 here, causing damage and harm. And there we go. Oh dear, the wreck there of the T-35 actually blocking the line of fire of the field gun. T-35 here gaining victory to Tiger Ace, getting close to half health. Still no sign of the other T-35. T-34-76 there, cleared out, but still functional, in a sense. More conscripts, they might be able to get off an anti-tank grenade or two here, maybe knocking out the engine. T-35 there getting passed by Pack 5 from the north. Doing a lot of damage there to the ace. Smoke popping up there. I got 2 Pack 40s here joining in to support the Tiger Ace. Not looking good here for Kamfrenchie. Tiger, though, having suffered heavy damage, have fallen away. And mortar joining in as well. Not looking good here for Kamfrenchie's forces at the moment. Even as he's sort of taking away the other units. The ace is still operational. The Stug is also veterans who won, by the way. Anti-tank grenade there. Engine damaged. Losses, though, are compounding here for Kamfrenchie as the units are getting wiped out. No survivors, no nothing. He got one of the Pack 40, but still the other one covering here. Oh dear, he should have kept moving. Instead he stopped up, and there we go. Final tank down there for the motherland. Final tank down. And the ace is still functional. The Stug is also barely. Of course, Fahu in the process did suffer some heavy losses. He's himself actually down a bit as well. He's down to 4 units himself, just like Fahu in terms of infantry, but Fahu still possesses a few sort of advantages. Again, we got the ace and we got the Stug. They're both close to destruction. So in that regard, maybe this could have been avoided had Kamfrenchie been a bit more aggressive with his tanks early on, sort of maybe clearing out some of those units earlier on. Again, sort of denying units to them there to Fahu, but instead he held out too long, waited too long. That's allowing Fahu to sort of build up a stronger force, sort of throw that back. So that is what happens when you get maybe a bit too timid. But let's see, there's still a chance. I mean, he's still got the victory point advantage. And the armor will certainly be out a bit here, since it needs repairs. So there might be some time there for Fahu or Kamfrenchie to sort of regain composure and battle strength. But it's going to have him quickly. We'll probably make here to Fahu. He's still getting the repairs first, and so will be much quicker to join the battle. And fighting only versus infantry, it will certainly be sufficient initially. So there we go. Good prioritization there by Fahu, by the way. Then moves out to work on the ace. Got one field gun here, some other troops. And a half-track of all things there for Kamfrenchie. He might want to get that earlier, but I suppose he wants to support this and reinforce it without having to retreat. Opening up, then the conscripts not quite getting any hits there. The Stug 3 Austrian G on Model G. While described as sort of the last model, it actually itself received a series of sort of changes in that same model. So, I mean, an early Model G compared to a late Model G would actually be notably different in some regards, including that some of the later Model Stugs actually had a, well, same machine gun on top like the heads. So that was a remotely controlled machine gun. Another thing was, in fact, that later Stug models had a coaxial machine gun, meaning, in fact, they had 2 machine guns. Fun fact there.
We are losing a sector.
Fun fact there. Finally doing up some mines there, but I feel it might be a bit too late. Things are being reinforced. He should repair the field gun, though. Its condition is, well, it's seen better days. Stug taking a heavy hit there from the field gun. Tiger 8's getting off there, good shot on the field gun. The field gun almost wiped out. Anti-tank going off there. Doesn't penetrate. Field gun needs to turn. Turn, Yuri. Turn. Half track in trouble, and there you go, field gun that got wrecked. He did not repair it in time. And thus it was an easy target there for the ace in the Sturmgeschütz. 11 kills there for the Sturmgeschütz, tearing through the lines here of Kamfrenchie. Kamfrenchie is still maintaining a stranglehold on the victory point. Should probably also make a move for this one. And there's also those machine guns he could have considered crewing. The half track here trying to escape, but the ace blitzes forwards. And the half track got wrecked. The Tiger is remarking it was full of fuel or something. Or vodka. And there we go. Company is wiped out. Last man dying his dying breath there by the river shore. Pack hunting down there. Stuke setting up to fire though. Come on, Jürgen. Shoot better. There we go. 12 kills. Closing in on Veteran. And there you go. Tiger Ace actually hit a mine there. Another airstrike then from the Soviet Air Force. Infantry charging up here. Panzer is actually in a lot of trouble though. Despite being veteranly free, their Panzer makes them with their entire tank. Oh, infantry. Still big strike there, doing a bit of damage. And there you go, another T-3045 rolls forwards for the glory of Comrade Stalin. There's not really much left of anything else. Looks like repairs in the stew got dropped. And looks like here in the end we've got an MG42 from the Russians fighting a German Maxim. Oh, the irony. T-35 they're opening up. Stuke is ready to move forwards once more.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Caught a bit in the deep snow. Troops securing points.
Yeah.
There we go. Bit of veterancy. And a bit of quiet here. Kamfrenchie sort of sticking to the victory points, not really daring anything else. The centre at the moment is too strong beyond his ground for the current force. His only hope is basically to bleed Fahu out slowly but surely, which is definitely going to be tricky. Securing one Maxim for the glory of the motherland.
Assault gun standing by. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
And wrecking one of his packs.
Heavy panzer, ready for orders.
Bit of waste of good Wehrmacht equipment. The Führer will be displeased.
Territory is out of contact.
Assault going up in there, go the Grenadiers are forced away.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And 8 Panzer IV ramming. He's actually repairing his mortar. Good job there, Fahu. Good job. But a bit required here. Going to speed this up a bit. Rather think this will be sort of a slow end. Again, Kamfrenchie being rather avoidant of any sort of major engagements, at least for the time being.
Is ready for battle.
And training up, I think, the Panzer IV. Stuke there, 19 kills. Or 17 actually. But very close to victory, very close infantry attacking here from the north. And looks like Kamfrenchie in the end has surrendered. A loss here for the Soviet Union, a victory for the Wehrmacht. A victory for Fahu. A bit close there at times, in particular the start there from Fahu was rough, but then again, of course, a bit interesting there for Kamfrenchie. He was, I think, maybe went a bit too lightly before sort of taking up, then further throwing in the Panzers, which rather sort of slowly helped turn things over for Fahu. The T-70 alone certainly did a lot of damage. Though maybe he mishandled things there, which could probably turn out better, or at least gotten the T-70 out of it either way. That was close, though. And then sort of had a sort of mid-game, but at the same time, that's really where things went slightly wrong for Kamfrenchie. He just held back his tanks and was already tried to find some targets, do some more damage. That allowed Fahu to sort of slowly build up a force, and again, you know, when the time finally came for the Tiger Race, there was also a lot more to support it, which overall led to a very disastrous engagement here around all the packs. Alongside a Tiger Race, which overall decimated Kamfrenchie's forces, and ultimately he was never really able to come back from that. So, I mean, you know, when you have armor, you know, use it, don't hold back like Kamfrenchie. I think it was like 5 to almost 10 minutes where he just really didn't do much. That's not good, in particular considering the amount of resources that went into it. So that was, I think, one of the large mistakes there by Kamfrenchie, and I think to a large extent that is what cost him the game. That and a lack of mines over so a larger part of the map. I mean, again, once he realised what he was fighting off, he should have been preparing more for the Tiger Race, but it never quite came, and that also hurt him. Because if you sort of prepare properly for a Tiger Race, it can be a lot easier to handle and not basically knock out, but that never quite materialised. So, in that regard, that's where things sort of slightly went awry. Fahu, of course, again, weak start, but sort of came into the games again. He took advantage of Kamfrenchie's mistakes. He also made good use, for example, of stun grenades, smoke. He could maybe use a bit of, you know, the Gewehr 43, so maybe some troop training early and sort of get a bit of advantage of the ace. Certainly also made the difference there, catching Kamfrenchie rather off guard. Alongside some good use there of the Sturmgeschütz. Jawohl. So overall, nicely done there. He could have been maybe a bit more aggressive at times, and a few mines, I think, could also benefited Fahu quite a bit. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed today's match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay and provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers, and thank you all for watching, and see you all tomorrow. Bye.